Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are discussing finances. ChatGPT apparently can help change that drastically. There are 4 questions apparently you can ask them to change what your bank account looks like. I am following this young lady who actually speaks about this. She's an influencer on YouTube who goes by the name of Journey with the Hintons. That's her channel name. So you guys can certainly check her out. But she has, I guess, some suggestions as to what could be done to help change your fortunes by asking ChatGPT these 4 key questions. That being said, I'm going to let her speak for it and we'll react accordingly.
Online telling you what you should be doing to make money. Wait a minute, I just sounded like a personal injury lawyer. Have you or a loved one been affected by a bad financial decision? Look, we are not doing this today. I am just glad that you took a chance on this video because we're about to go deeper. And what I've really been trying to get you to see is that you already have the answer. Lord have mercy, I just went from sounding like a personal injury lawyer to sounding like a fortune cookie. The answer that you seek is already inside of you. I mean, it actually is true, but my goal is to help to pull it out of you. And I'm about to show you how to use ChatGPT. All you have to do is ask it 4 questions that will change your life. And I'm telling you this because I had to do the same thing too. I was working a job that I really didn't like that took me getting a master's degree to get it. And that came with a bonus of about $120,000 in student loan debt. But I just knew there had to be something more that I was supposed to be doing. Now I am retired in my 30s. I have made millions. I can travel wherever and whenever I want to. And I genuinely want the same things for you if you want it. But the difference between me when I started and you is that you have an advantage because you have access to a powerful tool that I only wish that I had when I started. So ChatGPT is free to use, by the way. I'll put the link down in the description if you have never signed up for it before. By now, if you're on the channel, you've been rocking with me, all of y'all should have at least your free account. But this right here is prompt number 1. And I am going to put this down in the description so that you can easily just copy and paste this into ChatGPT. But let me tell you what these prompts are doing. You are forcing AI to actually understand you. Because if you go on here and just say something like, how do I make money? It's going to tell you the same thing that it tells everybody that asks that question. And you're not the only one that's asking it. So I'm telling it to extract real business opportunities from my life, not generic ideas, something that actually fits me. And the way we're going to do that is to force it to ask us the right questions. And once I hit enter on that prompt, look at this. It's asking things like, what life experience shaped you the most? I'm going to answer this like a regular person. I mean, I am a regular person. And I'm going to go with saying a spiritual awakening shaped me the most, which I recently went to the Jordan River and I got baptized. That's another story for another day. Let's stay on topic, Monique. All right. So I'm pretty much going through picking the answers. I'm telling it I'm straightforward, encouraging. I like talking about purpose, life, and faith. And I'm not overthinking this. I'm just answering honestly. And a good thing is that a lot of people get stuck on questions when they open-ended, but it is giving you multiple choice to help to guide your answers in case you get stuck. Now it's going to take everything that I just told it and break it down. And I'm talking about it's going to let you know who you are, who you should help, what problem you should solve, and what you can actually sell based on you, not that same response everybody gets. And when I saw that, I said, okay, chat, now we getting somewhere because this helps you to not guess anymore. And so we don't want to go in all of the different directions that it tells us. So we are going to have to choose one, especially when we go into prompt number 2. And in this prompt, we're basically telling it that we want market validation. We want to make sure that the ideal that we have, people actually want that. And I'm telling it, don't just give me motivation because, you know, sometimes ChatGPT can be your cheerleader. So we telling it to be real. We want real, practical, and an honest analysis. And so here is my idea of direction, and you can just paste your idea in there. For me, I'm going to go with helping people who feel lost, overwhelmed, or disconnected find clarity, direction, and structure in their life. So the prompt pretty much forced AI to break this down like a business. And look at this. It's telling me, yes, people are making money in this space because that's what we want to know, but not from vague ideas like find your purpose. They're making money because they turn it into structure, program, system, real outcomes. That's what people are looking for. And this part right here is key. People are not searching for alignment. They're searching for, how do I get my life together? I know I've been on that search before many times. Then it tells me exactly what I could sell, real offers, not guesses. So now I'm not just thinking I have a good idea that could potentially make money. I know how now. But just because we know that something works, we got the validation that, this is good, it doesn't mean that you'll stand out on it or I'll stand out doing this. And this is where prompt number 3 is going to come in. Because now the question is, why would anyone choose me for this? Because it told me that this is the right fit for me, but let me make sure I'm the right fit for it. So I'm going to give it my background, my personality, my experiences. I'm summing it up a little bit for it. And now it positions me. And look at this. It says, my advantage is that I bridge 3 things most people don't: money, structure, and faith. For the most part, you won't find all 3 of those together. So that's what it's saying makes me unique. Another thing that it's giving me is my voice, how I should show up, how I should stand out. So the good thing about this is now I'm not just someone with an idea. I have a position to take in this. But even after all of this, we still need one more thing. And we need to know, what are we actually going to build? So in prompt number 4, this is where everything changes. Because now we're not asking for options. We're telling it to decide what's the best thing and what's the best step for us to take. And again, I'm saying us, but it's going to be specific to you when you input your information. So what it's telling me is to build something people use every single day, not content, not something you watch once, something you come back to. And it breaks it down into 3 things: daily prayer, daily reflection, daily direction. And when I saw this right here, it automatically clicked for me. Now, it might not click for everybody, but that's why AI could keep helping you to determine it. But what clicked is, if people need this daily, why would I create something they use only once? So I felt like I don't need to just create a product. What I need to create based on what it's telling me is a platform. And before you get overwhelmed and say, who in the world you think I am not Mark Zuckerberg. I can't build no platform. Listen, I told you, you have an advantage. There are tools out there that can build that for you too. And I've actually shown the one that we're about to talk about before, but we're going to use it a little differently today. And what I'm talking about is Hostinger Horizons. And if you have never heard of this before, first and foremost, you're welcome. It can build fully functioning websites and web apps just by chatting with AI. Like, all you have to do is tell it what you want and it builds it. And I'm not about to just sit here and talk about it. If you don't believe me, don't just watch. Click the link in my description and do this with me. And when you're on here, I'm going to be honest. I like to keep it real with you. You are going to need to get a plan. And I'm on the starter plan because it gives me more room to build more websites and to actually be able to monetize them. And I also have the 12-month period because I like to save. And with that one, you can lock in the cheapest monthly plan. On top of that, if you use my code Journey, you can get an additional 10% off. And the good thing is they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. I like guarantees. But once you are inside, this little box right here is all you need. Now, I'm not about to sit here and try to type all of this out perfectly because we already did the hard part. We figured out the idea. So we're going to continue to let ChatGPT do the rest of the work. I'm asking it to pretty much take everything that we came up with and turn it into a prompt that we can use in Hostinger Horizon. And I'm just copying it and I'm going to paste it right here and hit enter. And all we have to do is sit back and watch. You'll see a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we don't understand, nor do we need to. And what I like is that with Hostinger Horizons, it's going to also double check and make sure that it's creating exactly what you want. So it too will ask you some questions. And the first thing it asked me was about one of the features that I mentioned. And do I want people to have to log in to save their prayers? Because, we say we're focusing on a spiritual type of app here. And I'm like, log in to save your prayer. We're not doing all that. Nobody about to create an account just to say a prayer. But it also asked me about the design. Like, do I want it super minimal or more warm and inviting? And I told it I want this to be clean and calming, but still feel good, not dry. Like, I don't want this to look like it's a homework assignment. So once I answered the question, then it went into building. And I'm literally not doing anything but sitting back and relaxing. And after a few minutes, let's see what it gave me. Okay, hold on. This is actually kind of crazy. We already have a full home page. There's a section where you can type in what you're going through. And I entered, I need prayer for my health, just to test it out and see what it's going to say, because we want to make sure it say the right thing. Don't be out here saying the wrong prayer. And so it gave me a full prayer. And it had the nerve to start with, Dear Heavenly Father. Come on now, somebody. And it also gives scripture, Psalm 103. And I'm like, okay, this is actually solid. But let me be real with you. One thing I like to do is tell you the absolute truth. This is not going to come out perfect the first time you do it. Most things you ask AI to do won't be perfect off of one prompt. But the good thing is you can always edit and ask for changes. And we are not going to settle with this one. I wanted to make it better. Like, first, I wanted it to change the name, because I don't know what in the world went on with the first name. Chat told me to name this, but I still love Chat. Now, I want it to be called Start with God. And I told it to make it look more premium, because I don't want it to look like something that was thrown together in 5 minutes, although this literally probably took less than 5 minutes for it to do it. And I also told it to add more sections, because we just had that one little lonely page and a section that you could save your prayer to. And one of the things I really want to add is a daily reset, because I don't want this to just be a prayer web app. I want to give actions that they can do. So after all of those edits, look at this. The homepage asks, what do you need today? Start where you are. God meet you there. I said, hold on, this thing is already preaching now. So with that daily reset section, it's going to literally walk you through your day. The first step that you need to do, pause and breathe. Then it gives you the prayer of the day, and you can actually listen to it. Now, that is another thing that I ask it to do, to add something for them to listen to. And let me tell you, I may not have shown this thoroughly, but I did have to ask it a few different times to change it, because the first voice it gave me sounded like Siri, and I do not want Siri praying for me.
God, I pause right now to hand over everything I'm trying to control.
I said, no, ma'am, we're not doing that. So I had it to tweak it a little bit, and it do sound actually more human-like, although it didn't quite land on an American accent. At least it's English.
God, I pause right now to hand over everything I'm trying to control. The plans, the worries, the expectations, I release them to you.
But then it gives you God's truth, real scripture, then reflection, which actually makes you think about life. And of course, it's going to give you that action. Like I said, this is something that's helping people to get back on track. Like, take 5 minutes today. Step away from your screen and just be still for a second. And I want you to really hear me when I say this. This is the part that makes people come back, because this isn't just content. This is something that can be used. So we basically have everything we pretty much need on here, from the quick prayers to my favorite part, which is the daily reset, because one thing we know we wake up with is new mercies every morning. So we all could use a reset every day. So at this point, once you are satisfied with what you have created, all that's left to do is hit publish. And now we live. And I'm telling you, I can read your mind. I already know the type of things you'll be thinking. And the first question you probably have, like, okay, this is cool, but how in the world do you make money from something like this? And this is where, again, I always say this, people overcomplicate a lot of things that they don't have to. You think you need something grand on this site. All you need is people's presence. And you know why? Because the easiest way that you can monetize this is through ads, specifically Google AdSense. If people are coming to your site, clicking around, getting their prayers in, doing their daily reset, that is traffic. And companies literally pay for that. So you can sign up for Google AdSense for free and it will connect to your site. And then that's when you'll start seeing ads pop up on your page. And so when people come to your website and these are placed there, you can get paid just for being shown to them. And another way I want to show you that you can make money before ever having to charge anyone that's visiting your site is going to be directly through Hostinger. You can literally let people copy this site as a template. And so if somebody sees this and they're like, you know what, I like this, and I wish I could build something like this on my own, they can select to use your template if you allow them to. And if they create something and then sign up for Hostinger, you can get paid up to $160 per person that uses your template and signs up. But on top of that, you will get to a point where you can start creating your own products like prayer journals. You can do devotionals. You can even create a premium version to this website and offer a membership. There are so many ways that you can monetize this. And again, if you want more than that, where do I suggest you go? Right to ChatGPT. It can really help you to break this down and walk through it. And that's pretty much all there is to this. So please go ahead, give ChatGPT a try. Come back and let me know some of the things that you discovered about yourself that you may not even have considered can be something that you can make money from. And when I tell you you can make money from almost anything, I mean just that. But I hope that this has helped you out. And again, the only thing that's left for you to go do is be great.
All right. That was Journey. Definitely support her channel. I thought this was very helpful information for people who are looking to maybe reinvent themselves for their careers. Maybe there's something new you're trying out and you want to just change things a little bit. You can certainly step in and try some of the suggestions that she made. Now, it is a paradigm change for a lot of people, especially if you're old school. You know, you're used to the traditional ways of getting money, work hard, and, you know, pretty much do everything by the seat of your pants. But this particular method is learning how to use technology to reinvent yourself, right? She was able to demonstrate exactly how you can quickly set up a platform experience for users and allow them to gain value from the experience to ensure that they're coming back. And I think if you can provide something of value to people, then it rewards itself, right? So I think that's sort of the approach to look at is how do I add value to people and how do I impact their life? And generally speaking, when you can do that, people will reward you with their loyalty, they'll reward you with their time, and they'll reward you with their attention, right? And you can monetize that, especially in today's day and age. So using the tools that are out there, learning about them, ChatGPT being one of them, and just stepping out on faith and trusting in yourself and that, you know, these things will work out in your favor. You know, there's affiliate programs related to this. I'm not sure if she mentioned that, but, you know, there's obviously in the example she used, you can get paid off the templates that you create. If should somebody else use that, you know, that's another way of getting paid. So that's also a great incentive, $160 for every template. So every new member that signs up and use your template, you get $160. It's honest money, you know, and it's a worthwhile investment. So you guys try it out. Tell me what you think. I'll certainly go ahead and try it on my end to see, you know, how effective it is on my side. I want to make sure that I get real world experience before I recommend it to others. But I certainly, you know, encourage you guys to step out, have faith, and believe in yourself. I believe it will work out in your favor. All right. Thank you very much. Once again, it's Mr. B. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. Like and subscribe below, and let's stay connected. All right, guys. Have a blessed day.